Hi and welcome. Welcome to this full class, 60 minutes long, including Shavasana, that we're going to do together today. So for the class, you will need a yoga block if you have one. Not mandatory, but nice to have. And we're going to start lying down. So once you're ready, come and lie down on your back and we'll begin the practice there. So once you are ready and settled on your back, and you can be in any position, knees bent, legs straight, up to you. Close your eyes and take a moment to just arrive on your mat, in the space that you're in, ready for your practice. Begin to connect to your breath, noticing as the breath comes in, it expands the body. As the breath goes out, you let go of whatever you don't need, any physical tension, any thoughts that are not serving you. So use the next 4 or 5 breaths to start to work with what is present in this moment, what you need, what you don't need. So breathing in, bringing fresh oxygen into the whole body. Breathing out, letting go. Take the last 2 cycles of breath. And then with your next exhale, let the eyes open. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a gentle squeeze and the rock side to side. Notice how your back is feeling. And then keep your knees at your chest, but pause the rocking. You're going to inhale and prepare. Exhale, lift head and shoulders off the ground. Bring the knees towards the nose and nose towards the knees. So you're beginning to engage a little bit through the front of your abdomen. Hold it here so you're curling into a tiny little ball. One last breath. And then come all the way down with the head and the shoulders. Open the arms out on the level of the shoulders. So arms into a T position. Palms of the hands pressing into the ground, and you're going to rotate your knees over to the right, but don't let them touch the ground. So keep your knees together, your feet together, turn them to the right, and then come back to center and repeat on the left. As you do this a couple of more times, you're going to try and keep your shoulder blades anchored into the ground, into the mat, your palms pressed into the mat, and you're just rotating using the strength of your midsection. One last one to the right, one last one to the left. And then come all the way back to center. Drop your feet to the mat for a moment, knees bent. You can lower your arms by your sides and take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Lift your left foot off the ground for a figure 4 stretch. And then here with your left hand, catch the back of your left thigh and pull it towards you. With your right hand, push your right knee away. So we're into a hip stretch. Later on, we will do this standing. So there will be, of course, an element of balance, as you can imagine. You'll be standing on one leg and making the same shape, and we'll add this position to our flow. So this is just so that your body is familiar with it. You're going to take one more breath and exhale. And then from here, reset, both feet down, simply do the same on the other side. So with your right hand, you're pulling towards you. With your left hand, you're pushing the knee away. You're holding it here. As well as creating that memory for the pose that we'll do later. You're also, of course, starting to stretch through your hips, which is great. So preparing the body. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good, and then reset, release, both feet down. And arms by your sides, feet about hip distance. Take a breath in, breathe out, lift into a bridge. And as you lift up into your bridge, for now, don't think too much about the back bend, but think more about the glute strength. So lift up nice and high, nice and active through your glutes. Reach forwards with your knees. And it's not so much about the back bend in the spine, really. It's more about that power through the lower body. Hold it here, breathing for another 3. For 2. One more inhale. And then slowly lower all the way down. Exhale. Bring the knees into your chest. Hands behind the knees. Rock yourself up and down the spine 3 times. Massaging the back. One last one. With the next one, you're going to stay seated. Shift forwards onto your hands and knees. Good. So arrive onto your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. A little bit more of a warm-up for the spine. Lift tail, chest, and gaze into cow pose. And then round the spine into cat pose. Tuck the tail under, chin to chest, spread your upper back. Again, breathing in, arching, squeezing shoulder blades, looking forward and up. Exhale, rounding, chin to chest, tailbone tucks. 3 more like this, nice and simple, cat, cow. Try and move the whole of your spine from the base of the spine all the way into your neck. Everything moves together. Last one. And then as you finish your last one here, you're going to reset into a neutral spine. So tabletop with a neutral spine. Take your gaze slightly forwards of your hands. You can imagine a triangle. So your 2 hands are at the base of the triangle and then your gaze is the point. Then tuck the toes under. You're going to breathe in. Breathe out, push with your hands and feet and hover the knees. Tiny lift of your knees off the ground. So tiny you barely can see it. In fact, the more you lift your knees, the easier it is. So tiny, tiny knee lift. Take 1 more inhale into your hover. Exhale, drop your knees. Lift your right arm up, open the chest, stretch the chest up to the right, looking up at the ceiling. 1 inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, right arm underneath the left. Head down, shoulder down, stretch your left arm to the top of the mat. Give your right shoulder a big breath in, big breath out. Think about melting away any tension into the back of your right shoulder. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Then slide your left hand back, come up into tabletop, and we'll do 1 more knee hovering, this time with an option for a toe tap. So you're going to inhale here, neck is long. Exhale, hover the knees. If you're going for the toe tap, simply tap your right foot off the mat to the right, bring it back to center, and then repeat on the left. Now, as you do this, the challenge is to stay as stable as possible. So I want you to use a visualization of a tray of glasses of champagne sitting onto the back of your pelvis. Imagine that they're full and you're so still, so stable that you're not spilling any of that delicious champagne. So, can you challenge yourself to be so stable, so still through your pelvis, through your shoulders, through your core, that there is no movement anywhere else other than the toe taps? Take your last one, right and left. And then drop your knees down, reach your left arm up, open the chest, exhale, thread the needle. Good. Right arm to the top of the mat, hold it here. Breath in, breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Slide your right hand back underneath the shoulder, push yourself up, tabletop position. Take a breath in, breathe out, hover the knees, and then push up, downward facing dog. Good. As you arrive in your downward dog, bend your right knee deeply and straighten your left leg so the left heel drops towards the mat. It doesn't matter if your heel is touching the mat or not. Whatever is the position for you, it's fine. Just stretch through the back of the left leg. And then switch. Bend your left knee, right leg straight, so that we are stretching through the back of the right side. Okay, go side to side a few times. So as you go side to side, we're warming up through the feet, the back of the legs. 1 more side to side. And then reset into a normal downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Now from your downward dog, inhale, come forwards into plank. Adjust the position. So if you need to wiggle your feet back or whatever you need to do, just adjust. So you're in plank, you're nice and strong and stable, pushing the floor away with your hands, with your shoulders, slightly spreading the upper back. reaching the tailbone between the heels. Take another inhale. And then exhale, move from your abdomen, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Good, and a few times. Inhale, forwards, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Inhale, forwards, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. One last one, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. And then from your downward dog, bend both knees, look forward, step or jump to the front of your mat. Coming up halfway, hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold, release down. Inhale, lift to standing, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Now step at the front of your mat if you're not there yet. Release the arms by your sides, take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale, lift the arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forwards and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back. Now keep the back knee lifted, stay up on fingertips, send your chest forwards. Breath in, breath out. Press the palms into the mat, step back, plank. Inhale, plank. First vinyasa. First with the knees down, bend the elbows, modified chaturanga. Open the chest, inhale. Sit back, child's pose for a second. And then downward dog, exhale. Long inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. 3-leg down dog. Exhale, look between the hands, step your right foot forwards. Come up on fingertips. Long through the whole body, from the heel to the crown of the head. And then exhale, step forwards and fold. Halfway up. Exhale and refold. Inhale to standing, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, second side, fold back down. Halfway up, inhale. Fingertips to the mat, step the left foot back. Now, as you do this same lunge, notice what you're doing with your abdomen. Is it resting on the right thigh? Can you actually pull it up and away from the right thigh? Pushing down strong with your right foot. One more inhale. And then flat through the palms, step back, plank. Option to go again with the knees down or a straight chaturanga if that is in your practice and you can do it slow. Open the chest, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath in, breath out. Left leg to sky. Left foot between the hands, up on fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the whole spine. Exhale, step forwards, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Fold and release, exhale. Up to standing, inhale, reach up, look up. Mountain pose, exhale. Different now. Inhale, lift the arms. Fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back, but this time drop your right knee to the mat. Lift the arms, low lunge. Release the arms down, interlace behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest. Good, as you hold it here, think front ribs are staying in and down. We're not flaring, but we're keeping them in neutral. We're keeping our lower back neutral. Breath in, breath out. Then release, reach the arms up. Hands to the mat, step back for a plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, you know you can go knees down or full chaturanga, slowly lowering. Inhale, cobra or up dog, shoulders down dog, exhale. Full inhalation, full exhalation. This time lift your right leg up and then bend the right knee and open the hips to the right. So you're looking underneath your right armpit, but have both hands firmly pressed into the mat. So you're not lifting your palms, you're not lifting your fingers, you're pressing the floor away. Now step the right foot between the hands, drop the left knee down. Lift the arms, inhale. Release and interlace behind you, exhale. As you interlace, squeeze the shoulder blades, move the hands away from the lower back. Inhale. Exhale, feel that nice opening there through the chest, the front of the shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale, release, reach the arms up. Hands to the mat, step forwards and fold. Halfway up, project your chest forwards, your hips back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to standing, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Stay, breath in, breath out. Now bend the knees, little chair. So sit the hips low, reach the arms high. Breath into your chair, exhale here. Nice, so we're going to warm up our hips a little bit more by taking a seat. So you're coming all the way down, take a seat, and then carefully roll onto your back. Coming to happy baby, bend the knees, soles of the feet to the ceiling. And then either stay still or rock side to side, your choice. We're breathing here, exhaling completely. 2 more breaths in and out. 1 and out. Now straighten the legs, open them into a V shape. Rest your hands onto your inner thighs and then inhale. Exhale, lift head and shoulders off the mat. Lift your hands away from your thighs and reach them through the legs and towards the front of the mat. Breath here, lifting shoulder blades off the mat. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, come down, bring your knees into your chest. 3 rocks. This time we'll rock up into standing eventually. So rocking forwards, rocking back. 2 more, forwards and back. Next one, we'll go up all the way into chair pose. Adjusting your chair as you need to. So separate the feet if you need to, or bring your feet together, whatever is working best for you. Exhale, fold over the legs. Halfway up, inhale. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back for a lunge. So push the feet, inhale, lift the arms, high lunge. Now into your high lunge, you're going to take your left hand to your left hip. Your right arm is going to go over into a side bend. Stay. So your lower body is centered. Your side bending is starting from the waist. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, open out, warrior 2. Good. Adjust the feet for warrior 2. So you're feeling stable and grounded. Looking over the left middle finger. Now as you stay, breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, maybe bend more through the front knee and ground the feet. Again, inhale, long spine. Exhale, feel the power in your lower body. Inhale. 1 more, exhale. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms down, step back for plank. We'll take a different vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Come to the floor and nice and slow, all the way down. Forehead to the mat, arms reaching back by your sides. Your hands are touching the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift everything you can lift off the mat, including the belly button. Tuck your chin slightly into your throat, hold it there. So back body super active, nice and switched on. 1 more inhale. Come to the floor, exhale. Hands under shoulders, cobra. And then a transition briefly into child's pose to stretch your back. 1 inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Stay, breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or float to the front of your mat. Coming up halfway, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold all of the way. Bend the knees, come back, chair pose. Sit the hips low, reach your chest high. 1 inhale. And then we'll go straight to the second side. Exhale, fold back down. Halfway up, inhale. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back. Ready for your lunge. Arms up, inhale, high lunge. Right hand to the right hip, left arm into a side bend. Now, really important, press down that right big toe actively into the mat. That is going to help you stay stable. Pressing the right big toe. Of course, you're also anchoring down through the right heel and the right pinky toe. So you have a solid base there through the front foot. 1 last inhale. Open out, warrior 2. Adjust the feet as you need to. Then in your warrior 2, look over your right middle finger, breathe in. Breathe out, maybe bending deeper through the front knee. Inhale. Exhale, anchoring the feet. 2 more breaths in and out. For 1 and out. Good. Windmill the arms down. Step back, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale all the way down nice and slow for locust. Reach your arms back, palms touch the ground. Inhale. Lift for locust. Exhale. Hold it. Squeeze the upper back, the glutes. Inhale. To the ground. Exhale, hands under shoulders. Cobra. Child's pose, sitting back onto the heels. Take a breath. And then lift into downward dog. Exhale. Lovely. Breath in, down dog. Breath out, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or float to the front of your mat. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, chair pose, sit the hips low, reach your arms high. Bring the hands into prayer and then lift both heels off the mat. Hold your balance. Challenge yourself maybe to sit a little bit lower through the hips, lifting up through the breastbone. Breathing here. If heels off the mat is too challenging for the balance, drop your heels. That's absolutely fine. We have 3 more breaths. In. For 2. Inhale for 1. Drop the heels and then shift the weight onto your left foot. Right ankle on top of the left thigh. You're into a figure 4 position. Just briefly into figure 4, like we did on the ground earlier. So breath in, breath out. Then standing onto the left leg, lift your right knee into the chest. So your left leg is straight, left hand to the left hip, right arm to the ceiling. Hold it here, standing nice and tall. Take a breath. Exhale here. And then warrior 3 with a variation. So you're sending your right leg back, your torso forwards, your right arm is coming down towards the ground. Now, it's not actually coming to touch the ground, but your shoulders are in line. So your right shoulder in line with left shoulder, the 2 hips in line with each other, the back foot in line with the hip, the shoulder, the head. Ideally, you're making that T shape from the head to the foot to the standing leg. 1 more inhale. Exhale slowly into your lunge. Nice. So from your lunge, picking up from where we went before. So side bending over to the left. Press down that left big toe. Inhale. Exhale. Open out, warrior 2. Breath into warrior 2, inhale. Exhale. This time, straighten the left leg. Bring both hands to the hips, parallel the feet. So you're facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, open the chest to look up at the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades. Now come down just halfway. Don't go too low. Think about head in line with pelvis. Draw the belly in and then fly the arms out. So the arms are in line with the shoulders, and without turning your head, just looking with your eyes right and left, you should be able to see your hands. If you don't, it's because they're either too far back or too high. So adjust, reach with your fingertips away from your shoulders. 1 more inhale, and then fold. Release the head, the arms, and exhale. A couple of nods of the head, yes and no, releasing through the neck. Good, now come up on fingertips, look forwards. Turn the toes out, the heels in, and we lower the hips for goddess. So we're into a goddess squat, lift the arms up. Good, in your goddess, lower the hips. Open the knees away from each other, away from the midline. Breathing here, 3. Inhale, 2. Breathe in for 1. Breathe out, straighten the legs. Come back into warrior 2. So left foot spins forwards, right foot parallel to the back edge. Bend the left knee, arms down, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back for plank. Breath in, plank. Breath out, chaturanga or knee down, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Down dog, exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Right leg to sky. Nice. So right knee bends, open the hips, look underneath your right armpit. Breath here. Exhale. 1 more inhale. This time we'll go right knee to the nose. So bring the knee to the nose, the shoulders forwards, push the floor away. See if the knee and the nose can touch. And then come back, 3-leg down dog with a twist. So you're bending the knee, rolling the hips open like we did earlier. Good. This time as you go knee forwards, lightly you're going to step the right foot through. Coming up, high lunge, inhale. Hands into prayer, exhale. Now look forwards. We'll do a transition and go into that figure 4 position on the other side. So left ankle on top of the right thigh. All in one movement. Lower the hips, lift the chest. Breath in, breath out. And then standing through the right leg, left knee to chest, left arm up, right hand to right hip, inhale. Into warrior 3 with the fingers of the left hand pointing down. Hold it, inhale. Exhale. Bend the standing leg slowly into your lunge. Breath in, left arm up, left arm over to the right for your side bend. Inhale. Exhale. Open out, warrior 2 on the other side. Now you stay as you are, I'll just turn around so I'm facing you. So warrior 2 on the other side. Breath in, breath out. And then straighten the legs, parallel the feet, hands to hips. One more like we did earlier. Inhale, open chest. Just halfway down. Hug belly in, ribs in, fly the arms. Back of the neck is also lifting, back of the head is also lifting. So your entire back body, well, not the entire back body, but the entire back, the back of the neck are working. One more inhale. And then all the way down, fold, exhale. Relax the head, the neck, the spine. Up on fingertips, look forwards. Slightly different this time, turn the toes out. So we'll go for skandasana. So bend your left knee, right toes lift, skandasana. And then side to side in your own time a few times. So going over to the other foot. Good. Take your time here to have a feel for the inner thigh, the hip, how the position feels on the right, how it feels on the left. So go in your own time and explore the sensations. Lovely. Next time you're facing the front of your mat, you're going to stay. So next time you're onto the foot, closer to the front of the mat, spin around, flat hands, step back plank. Taking your vinyasa, we meet in a downward facing dog. When you arrive in down dog, long inhalation, long exhalation. Left leg lifts to sky. Bend the knee, roll the hips open, take a twist. Breath in, breath out. Left knee to the nose, shoulders forwards on top of the wrists. Send it back, 3-leg down dog with a twist. And then this time, nice and lightly, step the left foot through. Coming up for high lunge, inhale. Look forwards, hands in prayer. This time we'll go straight into chair pose. Exhale, hold your chair. Exhale here. Option to lift the heels or to keep your heels down. We'll stay for 5 more breaths. Wherever you are, in. Exhale. 4. Of course, your arms could be up at the ceiling if you like. They could be interlaced behind you. You have many variations. But I don't want your shoulders to get too tired. It's more about the lower body right now. It's more about the power in your legs. One last inhale. If your heels are lifted, you're going to lower them down slowly. And then again, nice and slow, come all the way down to take a seat. Roll onto your back. Happy baby. Breath into happy baby. Breath out. Either in stillness or rocking side to side, a couple of more breaths. From happy baby, open the legs out nice and wide, arms inside of the inner thighs, inhale. Lift head and shoulders, exhale, reach forwards, flexing the feet, pushing the heels away, reaching with your fingers, breathing. And then all the way down, hug the knees into the chest, hands behind the knees, 3 rocks, and eventually up to standing. For 2. Good. For 1, we'll go up all the way to standing into your chair. And then from your chair, adjust as you need to. And we'll pick up our flow one last time, adding on 1 more balance. So you're going to shift the weight onto the left foot. Right ankle on top of the left thigh, chair position. Chair position with a figure 4. Now, option, hands in prayer, forearms come down to the shin. Other option, if you want to add a little bit more, fly the arms out, hug belly and ribs in, like we did earlier when we were wide-legged and halfway down. Going to take another breath here, reaching away with your fingertips, lengthening through the spine, and then slowly come up. Lift the arms to the ceiling, lift your right knee to the chest, and then take your left hand to the left hip, standing tall. We'll do it 3 times this time. Inhale, warrior 3, exhale. Let's go again. Inhale, knee to chest, arm up. Exhale, warrior 3. Last time, we're going to hold it. So lift, inhale. Warrior 3, exhale, hold. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Now slightly bend through the left knee and slowly into your lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, high lunge with a side bend. Right arm over to the left. Breath in. Breath out. Opening to warrior 2. This time from warrior 2, we'll add the next balance. So this is where if you have a block, you might want to use it. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Right hand to right hip. Shorten the distance between the feet and then grab the block. Take it outside of your left foot and forwards, and then shifting forwards for half moon. So here, if you don't have a block, or actually if you're up for a more challenging variation, take your left hand to your left shin instead of the block. And then option here to also lift the right arm up to the ceiling. So wherever you are, keep opening the hips and the chest out to the right side. Breathing for 3. For 2. Now nice and slow, transitioning back into warrior 2. Inhale, warrior 2. We'll add a different vinyasa. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back for plank. Inhale. Lower to the ground. Exhale. Shift the forearms forwards. Inhale into your Sphinx. Now, we're staying in Sphinx for a little break, so a couple of breaths here. Opening up through the chest. Gentle back bend. Now, press with the hands into the mat. Create the action of pulling back towards your chest with the hands. And with your chest, create the action of going forwards towards your hands and the front of the mat. So you're just intensifying slightly through the back bend. Breathing here. Exhale. Good. So we're going to add a Sphinx roll up. Take a breath in. Pull the belly off the mat. The pelvis off the mat. Tuck the tailbone, lift the front of the thighs. So here, you're working actively and nice and strong through the front of your core. So take an inhale. Take an exhale. Shorten the distance between pubic bone and breastbone. So think of shortening the front of the body. Now tuck the toes, lift into forearm plank. Sometimes forearm plank is actually easier than the Sphinx roll up. Take another breath. Exhale. Good. And then from here, you're going to replace your elbows with your hands, coming up into plank, pushing back, downward facing dog. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee, roll the hips open. Option here to stay as you are or to take wild thing. For wild thing, right foot to the floor behind you. Right arm lifts up, left toes spin to the short edge of the mat, opening up through the chest, lifting the heart, lifting the belly. 1 more inhale, wild thing. Exhale, coming back into your 3-leg downward facing dog. Right leg is up at the sky, and then step forwards, right foot through the hands. Push the feet. Inhale, high lunge. Hands into prayer. We'll go straight on the other side. So left ankle on top of the right thigh. Sit the hips low, lower through the forearms. Maybe staying here, maybe flying the arms out. Hug the belly in, lengthen through the spine. Breathing 3. Breathing for 2. Inhale for 1. And then coming up, left knee to chest, arms to the ceiling, straight through the right leg. Take your right hand to your right hip. Warrior 3 variation. Left fingers point down, left foot goes back. And again, inhale to lift, knee into chest, arm to the sky. Exhale, coming down. One final one, inhale. Exhale. Holding this one a little bit longer, breath in, breath out. Nice and slow transition for your high lunge. Arm up, left arm to the right, side bending. Good. Watching that front knee, that it's not collapsing into the midline, but it's well aligned with the hip, with the front foot. One last inhale, warrior 2, exhale. This is where we go for half moon. So breath in, left hand to left hip, shorten the distance between the feet. If you're going straight without the block, right hand to the shin. If you're going with the block, have it forwards of the foot and to the right, so it's under the shoulder. As that left leg lifts, you want to lift it nice and high, squeezing the left glutes, breathing for another 2. Inhaling long for 1. And then bend the standing leg nice and slowly come back. Warrior 2, inhale. Hands down, step back for plank. Exhale. Same vinyasa we did earlier. So lower to the ground for Sphinx. Forearms forwards, we take a moment here in Sphinx. So here, open the chest, drop the shoulders, send your chest forwards, press the hands down and create the action of pulling back with your hands toward your chest. Breathing. Exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Now for your Sphinx roll up, go nice and slow. So think about peeling slowly like a wave off the mat. Pull belly first off the mat. Lift the front of the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, lift the front of the thighs. So think about spreading the upper back, a little bit like you're doing cat pose. So you're rounding through the upper back. You're shortening the front of the body. And tuck the toes, lift the knees, forearm plank. Hold it. We're adding a side plank. So take your left hand towards your right hand. So your forearm is diagonal on the mat. Both heels to the left, one foot in front of the other. Right arm up, side plank. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the bottom hip, lift the bottom side waist. Beautiful. Now take the right arm over the head and lengthen through the side body. That's lovely. One more breath. Lift it back up. Return, forearm plank. So nice and strong into your forearm plank. Repeat it on the second side. Right hand to the left, both heels to the right. Left arm up first. Then lift the hips, lift the waist, squeeze the thighs. Top arm over the head, reaching down towards the floor to lengthen the side of the body. One more inhale. And then forearm plank, exhale. This time, press the hands into the mat. Come up, plank. Downward dog, exhale. Stay, downward dog, breath in. Breath out. Left leg to sky. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Maybe staying here, maybe taking wild thing. Left foot behind you to the right. Left arm up, chest to the ceiling. Pelvis to the ceiling, one more breath. Back into 3-leg down dog. Good, step the left foot through. Come up for a high lunge, inhale. And then step forwards, hands in prayer, chair pose. From your chair, inhale. Lower all the way to take a seat, exhale. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hands wrap around the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and fold over the legs. Relax the head, the neck, the spine. Let the breathing slow down now. Last 2 breaths. For 1. And then gently lift head and chest up. Close the legs together. Sit onto the sit bones and lift the feet off the ground. Lift the shins for boat pose. Stretch the arms forwards. Option to stay here. Option to straighten both legs. So your version of whatever you prefer right now. Breathing for another 4. For 3. 2. Breathing for 1. And then bend the knees, soles of the feet together again. Now from here, I'm going to turn around so that it's more clear what I'm doing, but you can stay as you are if you like. You're going to straighten your right leg out, take the left foot into the opposite inner thigh, and then lift the left arm up. Inhale here. Take your left hand to the floor behind you. The fingers are pointing away from you. The other arm up, lift the pelvis, lift the chest. So similar to wild thing, but from seated. Breathe here, push the floor away with the bottom hand. Lift up pelvis, chest, heart. 1 more inhale. And then slowly down, exhale. Top arm is going to stay up. The other hand is going to stay behind you for now. And take that top hand to the opposite knee. Yeah, rotate into your twist. And then the other hand, take it behind you and towards the opposite side of the waist. So that's a half bind. So your left hand is reaching for the right side of the waist. Now, as we stay here into the twist, try and sit up nice and tall. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, rotate, deepening the twist if you like. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths in. For 1. As you exhale, untwist, come back to center. Keep the legs as they are, walk the hands forwards and fold. So folding to a point that works for you. Just be mindful of the sensations in your lower back. So I know for some of you, it's like really easy to just go all the way down, and that's absolutely fine for your body. For others, it might be actually a lot more challenging for the hips and the back. So go gentle. You don't even need to go that far to feel the stretch. So if you are up here and you feel the stretch, that's perfect. Hold it there. Breathing for another 4. For 3. 2. Inhale for 1. Nice and gentle, lift back up. Bend the knees, come back into your boat pose. Either with the knees bent or with the legs straight, completely your choice. Breathing here, 5. Think about keeping your chest close to your thighs close to your chest. Breathing for 3. For 2. Inhale for 1. Exhale, knees bent, soles of the feet together. Same sequence, second side. So left leg out, right foot in. We'll start with the back bend, right arm up. Right hand behind you, lift into your back bend, lifting the body, the left arm up and back. So here we are using the glutes to lift the pelvis. We're using everything that is on the ground to push the ground away. Nice and gentle, come all the way down into your twist. So left hand to right knee. Right hand to the opposite side waist, breathing to lift and lengthen, exhaling to twist. Now, as you stay into your twist, just be aware of how much tension you're putting into the position. So even though you are sitting up nice and tall, let go of any unnecessary tension in your shoulders, inside of the face, inside of the mouth. Just soften a little bit. Last inhale. Exhale, untwist, walking forwards into your forward fold. Good. So here into your forward fold, we want to still have our sit bones anchored into the ground. It doesn't matter how far we fold, that really just depends on your body. Breathing here, last couple of breaths. Good, and then gently lift yourself up. Close the legs together. If, like me, you've turned to the long edge, now let's face the front of the mat. If you have the block, place it between your knees. If you don't, just imagine that you do, and you're squeezing your inner thighs. Reach your arms forwards, and then nice and slowly you're coming down. Slowly, slowly, almost one burn at a time, with control. Once you're all the way down, if you have a block, set it to the side. Feet hip distance, and we'll go up for a bridge, this time taking it a little bit more as a back bend. So prepare, feet parallel, arms by your sides, inhale, lift pelvis, spine, all the way up. So if you enjoy taking your hands, interlacing the fingers, you can do that. You're tucking the shoulders under, you're opening, lifting up through the chest. So compared to what we did at the start of the practice, is much more of a back bend. We're really focusing here on lifting through the pelvis, but also arching through the spine. Your knees are still reaching forwards away from your hips. Your feet are still pressing down actively. Breathing for 3. For 2. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling, release the hands. Move the arms to the sides and slowly, slowly bring the upper back down, then the middle back, the lower back, the back of the pelvis, all the way down. So we'll go up one more time. Option, if you practice wheel pose, to take the hands either side of the head, pushing all the way up into your wheel if you feel that your body is ready for it. Second option is to work with a single leg bridge, and I will do that with you. Third option, if you just want to stick to what we did earlier, you stick with that. So if you're doing wheel, go in your own time. If you're doing bridge, you can come up with me, pushing through the feet, lifting the pelvis and the spine. You can interlace the fingers, tuck the shoulders under. For a single leg variation, bring the feet slightly closer. Push the left foot down as you lift your right foot off the ground and right toes up to the ceiling. We're holding 2 breaths before we switch sides. If you have a very strong wheel practice, you can also do the same in wheel. So switching sides, right foot down, engage glutes, lift the pelvis, switching left leg up. Both feet down. Nice and slow, come down. Upper, middle, lower back, back of the pelvis. This time, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Rest the hands on the inner thighs, close the eyes. Breathe here, 5. For 4, returning to that big breath, expanding into the belly. Exhaling, letting it all go. 3. For 2. Breathing in for 1. As you exhale, then close the knees together, hug them into the chest. Gently rocking side to side. Good. Open the arms out on the level of the shoulders and take a twist, dropping both knees over to the right. Turn the head to the left. Enjoying the twist here. Start to now bring your knees back into the chest and then turn them over to the other side. Good. Now, as we come back to center, we'll take a couple of more hip stretches. So we'll go back first of all to that ankle to knee position. So start with your right ankle on top of your left thigh, draw the legs in, like we did at the start of the class, pull in with the left hand, push away with the right hand, and hold it here. Right toes are pointing to the ceiling, left foot relaxed. One last inhale. One last exhale. Good, and then from here, you're going to cross the right leg on top of the left all the way. So your feet are on the opposite sides compared to their own sides. You're going to lift head and chest off the ground, catch the feet, and then here, this is Gomukhasana, cow face pose. You might have done it seated in previous classes. You're going to release the head down, the shoulders down, and with your hands, you pull your feet apart, so they're going to their opposite sides, and pull them away from each other, down towards your ears, so that we're going a little bit deeper now into the stretch of the hips and the glutes. As you hold it for a couple of more breaths, do the best you can to relax the face, the shoulders, to release any tension from the hips. Good, and then let go, uncross, release. Let's lift both legs up to the ceiling for a moment, shake them out, and then we'll do the same two poses on the other side. So left ankle on top of the right thigh, same thing, second side. Lovely, as you hold it here, it might be a good time in your practice to close the eyes, just starting to bring the attention inside. You know we're coming close to the end now. Good, and then back into that cow face pose. So crossing left on top of right, lifting head and shoulders, catch the feet. You could also catch the shins if the feet are not within easy reach. And then head down, shoulders down, pull the feet apart and down. Good, uncross. Legs up to the ceiling, just give them a little shake. Good, and then feet down, straight legs, arms up and over the head. We'll take two full body stretches. So with your right hand, catch the left wrist, feet together for now. Inhale, tense the body, make it as long as the body can be, holding the breath in if that's okay for you. And then when you need to exhale, you're going to breathe out of the mouth and release the stretch. Second side, hold onto the other wrist, breath in. Body as long as the body can be. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold the stretch, hold the breath. When it's time for you to open the mouth, breathe out, release the stretch, and this time, prepare for Shavasana. I will guide you seated. If you're happy on your back, perfect. If you're happier in another position, adjust as you need. So take a moment to feel that your body is settled and ready to end your practice in stillness. Once you're happy with the position, close the eyes. Take a conscious inhale. And as you exhale, let the body sink deeper into the ground. Again, a conscious inhale. As you exhale, let go of any effort. Inhale. Exhale, soften even more. Softening the face, softening the breath. Now it just comes and goes at its own pace. As we let the body stay in stillness for just a little bit longer, you know there is nothing else to do. And I will let you know when it's time to start to awaken. For now, just time to let go. Now invite a longer breath to come in. Exhale, completely emptying out the lungs. And then introduce some movement back, bringing movement maybe into the hands and the feet first. And then some bigger movements to start to awaken the body. Good. Take a moment rolling over onto one side, pausing there. And we're then eventually meeting into a seated position where we close the practice together. So settle into a comfortable seated position, sitting with the spine tall. And then we'll take a big breath, opening the arms out to the sides, up to the sky. And on the exhale, the hands down in prayer. Thank you. If you enjoyed this practice, remember to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend. Thank you, and see you again soon.